What's going on YouTube and cryptocurrency family? My name is Harry and I'm the Crypto Vet. Thank you for tuning back in. Sorry there's no videos past 2 days. Took the weekend off and spent some time with the family, but I'm back. Martin Luther King Day. Happy Martin Luther King Day. I hope you're enjoying your holiday if you are off. I know it's big here in the US, but if you haven't already, hit the like, hit the subscribe. We're gonna go over more than just Bitcoin and XRP today. I'm gonna go over some of the ones I had in my top 2021 altcoin picks that I know a lot of people have been asking about. So if you haven't already, follow me on Twitter at XRP Veterinarian, where I post different things, charts, all that stuff. Link for the Discord, Twitch is all in the description below. And let's go ahead and get started here in CoinMarketCap. We'll go ahead and hit the refresh real quick. Bitcoin right now is at 36,358. Hasn't been moving much, been kind of bouncing up and down inside of a pattern that we've been following. Ethereum is right now at $1,236. Polka Dot overtook XRP for number 4 here with a market cap of almost 15 billion. It's at 1646, and we will go over that a little bit today. XRP, and then XRP's up just a tad. Cardano's up down about 6%, but it's already been on an amazing run, and it's getting close to overtaking XRP. So let's see what our biggest gainers are. We have Graph coming back. This is another one that we talked about in the Discord. Several people actually brought it to my attention when it was only 3 cents and I didn't hop on. I was able to buy some back in around 30 cents. That's where my largest purchase was, and now it's already 2x since there. It still has room to grow. Let's see, but still lots of things on the pickup. VeChain is up over 3 cents again. And then the biggest losers, we have Chainlink, which was recovering, so down 6%, but look up 52%. Polka Dot, again, down 5%, but up 100. So let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin. So here yesterday, Bitcoin closed the weekly candle, so it's about 30 minutes away from closing today's daily candle. But when we're looking at it here, there's nothing that's shown us that we're completely bearish. So I know a lot of people are thinking, yep, this was it, this is the top, Bitcoin's going down. We've said that before. Now, yes, Bitcoin could come down, get all the way down to around 22,000, maybe even lower, down to 17,000. Likelihood, though, is small. And the way that I look at graphs and charts is it purely comes down to probabilities. Are we more likely to go up, more likely to go down based off of trends and what's going on, right? Is there a chance to go down? Yeah, but it's more like 5 or 10% that will come down to here. Is there a chance that will come down to, say, the daily exponential or the weekly exponential moving average? Well, yeah, now there's a little bit more, maybe 15 to 20%. Is there a chance that we'll trade sideways right where we're at and form a really big symmetrical triangle that may take 2 to 3 weeks? That's more like 50%, and then if that occurs, there's probably a 60 or 70% chance that after that happens, we'll break to the upside, right? So this is all probabilities. Like, nobody knows exactly what is or isn't going to happen. So like right now, we're 30 minutes away from closing the daily, and this daily exponential moving average is showing to be one hell of a support. You know, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches so far, and if this one closes right where we're at, you can already see how we're forming a nice little triangle, right? So if I go ahead and put all the crap back on that we've had on here before, and we'll go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Let's get everything on here. We can see the targets that we've had. We can see different resistances and supports that we've had going up and down. And we'll go ahead and just get rid of some of this crap because now we know what is and isn't working. I'm going to keep just this one line here because this would be a targeted move to the downside if we were to break out of this most recent pattern, which is seeming to hold right now under this support right here. Now if we get rid of that, it looks a little bit easier, right? We have a nice little triangle forming. And if this was to break out, there's 2 targets that we could see. Let me just straighten that out because I'm pretty OCD here. We have one target at right around 50,000, and the next one puts us almost to $60,000. So let's just sit back and see where we go from here. But Bitcoin dominance. The reason I'm bringing this up is because we have been on this bouncing off this trend line here, and then right here in June of this past year, we came down below it, had a little bit of a mini alt season. We've been making our way up. almost like this little cup and handle, right? And we broke up, but we found resistance on this same trend line. Well, now there's kind of two things that I think will happen. Is I think we'll drop our Bitcoin dominance down and we'll ride the top of this line here, and this line has shown to be support, resistance, 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 support. And then right here you can see all these little lines here, and these are on the weekly. So we went 3, 4, 5 weeks where we couldn't get over it, and then now we burst through it several weeks ago when Bitcoin started its run, and now we're coming back down. So I would highly expect that we would find some support here at this point, and at this right around the 64-65%, people will probably start getting back into Bitcoin. So here in the next week or so is or the next couple of weeks, by the end of January for sure, this is when I would expect us to start moving money back into Bitcoin, and that's when Bitcoin will take back off, and that would be the time to make sure you took some profits on your altcoins and things like that, which is why we're going to go over a couple alts today. And remember, I'm a doctor/idiot. This is not financial advice. But as of right now, I could easily see us coming down to possibly break this or hold right in this area, and this will be when we can make the most money on altcoins. So let's go to some alts. Here's Ethereum. Ethereum on the 4-hour. We've been following this little megaphone. When we got above it, we couldn't hold. We broke through, came back, found support on this little megaphone here, and now we are right at the 0.382 as far as the fib lines go, and we're finding really good support on this moving average here and on top of the fib mark. So a little break to the upside to retest our previous high of 1348 I think is very imminent, especially if Bitcoin keeps holding right where it's at, right? When we want to see altcoins take off, we want to see Bitcoin hold a good value, not drop, not go up too fast, because if it goes up, you know, we can see a little bit of an increase on altcoins as well, but we want it to hold steady. That way it doesn't interfere with what's going on with the altcoins. Then their own price and their own liquidity on different markets and exchanges can move accordingly. But when you have big swings with Bitcoin, whether it's up or down, the up devalues its value against Bitcoin. When it jumps down, it devalues it against Bitcoin as well, right? So you have to find you got to have something stable before the other one can move, because most cryptos pairs are with Bitcoin. You know, now we have a lot more with fiat currencies, USD, you know, the British pound, Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, you name it, South African rand. But right now, we need to see Ethereum come back up here and retest this trend line here. And if we kind of just took like a, let's see, a little quick horizontal ray, and we put it right where this top is, you could see that if we were able to come up and then maybe hold right up here around 1300, this support could easily get overcome before we get over this trend line. So we may see a nice push right above the 0.618 here, and right now we're in this would be right in the golden pocket, and we could see a nice blast off, and from there Ethereum could easily run to much, much higher. So we're waiting to see on that. If we go to XRP, XRP has been in this consolidation triangle here, which has been within a bigger pattern we've been following here. I was telling a lot of people I didn't expect us to truly fully break out above this 37-38 cent mark until probably after the 19th, which is tomorrow, only because we may have another drop if there is the potential for another drop after Coinbase and other exchanges halt trading or delist it. Kraken is the last one that I know of, which would be the 29th. So we could see and kind of use the judgment of how this looks tomorrow to see if we do have another little drop, or if we are going to potentially break to the upside. What I really expect to happen is we're just going to extend this out. There's too much uncertainty. There's too many people who don't know which way it's going to go. I just really expect that this is probably just going to extend out even further. We may bounce up to say 32 cents. Everyone's going to get all excited. We're going to the moon. Probably still not yet, right? Probably not until we get some sort of clarity from the SEC. We do have Gary Gensler, who is President-elect Biden's SEC chairman. He's a very, very intelligent guy. You're going to get hit or miss videos on whether or not he does or does not like XRP, but he's a very level-headed individual from everything that I've seen about him. He completely understands blockchain technology and the Internet of Money and transferring it. So, he has very logical ideas on whether or not something is or isn't a security. So when it comes to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP, he thinks all three of them are a security in a sense when they started. But through time and decentralization, they did not become a security because, again, openly traded and all that. So where he moves and how he moves forward with that's kind of in the air, right? We're waiting to see. But he definitely understands the value of cryptocurrencies and the fact that it does need to have some sort of regulation, right? Particularly in the sense of ICOs and other things that could make it part of their, I guess, jurisdiction, right? So I definitely think he's going to be really good for crypto. What it's going to mean for XRP right now, he said it himself. He goes, he's going to wait for the courts because it doesn't matter what he thinks. It has to do with what a judge thinks, so that way there's an official ruling that can be brought back upon to base it off of, just like with any type of court case you can think of, Roe v. Wade, any of those. Those were the defining factors that we've used since to pursue that type of legal action. So I definitely think we're probably just going to extend this out. We may have a little pump up. We'll come up to like 32 cents and we'll come back down. I just said I don't think we'll go any lower than 17 cents. So buying anywhere in this region is really good. Your time, in my opinion, is running out probably the beginning of February, maybe a little bit before that. So next 2 to 3 weeks will be before we have the real potential to shoot up above 40 cents. And again, that'll be when the XRP has its court case. So real quick, we're going to go over a couple other ones. Uniswap was one of the ones I liked. If you have purchased it on your own or if you got it through the airdrop a while back when it came out, Uniswap was pumped up to around $9.50 the first time. And then after that, it has been on this very, very, very low, poor looking chart, right? It came up its first time. It was like, well, this is on Kraken, which they haven't had it all the way back, but started, got up to 9, and then dropped all the way down to $1.70 when it was really, really low, and it's just been kind of hovering between $1 and like $6 at best, $5. And here in the past week, it has kind of taken off. I decided to sell half of my Uniswap when I got it at the highest that I could get, which I think was like $8.80, almost $9. And the other half I've just been sitting on. It's been sitting in my MetaMask account. And as we can see here, it has started a pump up. And most people are thinking this is not going to go any higher. I beg to differ. Uniswap has some of the biggest volume of trading as far as ERC20 token, DeFi tokens around. I mean, it surpassed Binance's volume of trading on 1 month, I believe. I'd have to look that up to be sure. But either way, it's a shit ton of money. So a lot of people are saying, well, I don't understand why they need a token. Well, the token is purely for governance and dictating fees and things like that. And you're right, it may or may not need a token, but that's not how people see it. People see it as something that could be worth a lot more money later, right? Which is why cryptocurrencies and the SEC don't get along, okay? So if people just see this as a way to get money, there's a lot of opportunity still to be had here. So here we have Uniswap on the hourly. And if you could just check here, this moving average on the hourly has been golden. Now, eventually it will break to the downside. Could that be here soon? Yeah, but it is steadily making higher highs and setting higher lows. So right now we could be seeing Uniswap jump up to past $10 and beyond. So something you're interested in, definitely take a look at it. How high could it go? I have no idea. It just completely depends on how Uniswap changes how their things are running, because there is other projects that are doing the same thing, and specifically one project that Megami in the Discord brought up to me called UniDex is trying to do the same thing as Uniswap, just also limit orders and reduce the fees involved by sharing liquidity pools. So this is a really, really small one. I had a little bit of ETH left in the MetaMask account, so I bought some when it was at 52 cents. It got all the way up to, I think, 80 something cents today, and then kind of jumped back down. Very low volume, low market cap, not something I would typically say to invest in, but altcoins where millionaires are made overnight, maybe something to look into. So this is not the pre-sale, but right after the pre-sale, so it's still really early in the project. Like I said, I am invested less than a couple $100 in this. But if you want to look into something that's potentially out there, this could be a coin that you would like. It's doing the same thing as Uniswap, but also offering limit buys and reducing fees. So there's that little pinch of caution. Polka Dot. So Dot is another project I like. It is on Ethereum. It's decentralized finance working alongside with Ethereum here, and it's had its little pump up. It overtook XRP for the 4th spot. You can see here just on Kraken that in the last 4 hours it had a drop all the way down to $12, but was bought up like crazy. A lot of individuals are interested in this project, but Polka Dot is a project that has gone up a lot already. Look at that, 99% in the last 7 days. The little bit of Dot that I do have, I got at less than $5, right? So a lot of people are probably going to be trying to get some profits here, so watch out. If it was to drop, say, back down to $12, $13, I would say that's a good buy spot. And we're getting close to the golden pocket up here around $20, $22. So if you did get in around here, that would potentially be a good place to take a little bit of profits out. But there's still a lot of room to go. Cardano, same exact thing. We have this resistance here that was support, and you can see that we were getting close to it. We do have a little bit of bearish divergence. We're dropping in the RSI but going up in price, so I would expect Cardano to at least come down to around 35, 34 cents, which would be at the 0.618. Find a little bit of a bounce there, and then potentially be able to take off again, because you can see every time we got into the red here, we did have a very, very decent correction, at least in some way, shape, or form. So Cardano, I love. This is an Ethereum killer in a sense. It competes with Ethereum. They've basically already have ETH 2.0 set up now and running. The only difference between Cardano and Ethereum is they don't have as much money utilizing their platform as Ethereum does. So definitely something to look for in the future. Charles Hoskinson is a very, very intelligent individual. He does AMAs all the time, lives in Colorado, and is very passionate about this project and knows a lot about the business. So if you're interested in something that could be competing with Ethereum, which is good to have competition, that's what keeps the platforms honest in a sense, because they have to work against each other. But he's also pro working together. And then last, we'll just go over quickly, since this video is running kind of long, is Chainlink. Chainlink is an oracle that's connecting blockchains that I like very much. I've been in Chainlink since before it was, I think, $4 or $5. I got in somewhere around $2 to $4 range, and I actually got some more at around $17, which, of course, this is long hold, but that just all it did was bring my average cost down to much lower. But increase my bag size. So now I'm just waiting for time to take care of the rest, not really trading a little bit here and there. Same little megaphone pattern. If we look at here, we are above the megaphone, and now this moving average, as well as, let me figure out which one it is. This is the 0.702. I like finding that one, and this is just my own fib line. As you can see, it just tends to work out a lot in the bull runs, because we'll come up and then we don't really fully come back down to the other fib line, but the 0.702 just seems to always find some sort of support or resistance in these bull runs, whether it's just for a little pattern or not. But now we're holding steady up here, $22. I do think that we will come back down to around 20, or we'll drag this out until we touch this line and this moving average, and then potentially take off again. This is all going to depend on if Bitcoin holds where it's at, or if we have a huge pump up to the upside. We'll probably see a lot of these come back down to lower supports before taking off. So hope you guys like that. This is just a look into some of the coins that I picked a long time ago that we've just been following, catching up on. I know all of the coins in the list are 2x or more. So not that I'm some amazing person who can pick these coins, it's just time. I picked them a long time ago, haven't held back unless something changed, and then time took care of the rest. So remember, you'll make more money buying and holding than you ever will trading. I promise. You can argue with me any day, but buy and hold. Try not to trade too often unless you really feel good about it. But even then, you probably won't be that successful, right? So if you like that, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.